We're here now, present in this and every moment, at all times, available for all of your answers to be seen, and also available at all of the times for you to clarify that question. So, as you clarify the question, then you are on a discovery for an answer. And then, as you see that answer, that gives the birth to new question. No doubt, at all times, that process of creation that you're experiencing on any topic that is of importance to you or any topic that it's not even on your radar has the same process of asking the question, tipping point to answer, releasing the feeling of answer and directing it softly through another tipping point into another question. So as you observe and choose and clarify your wanting and you release it into discovery, then is the time for you to experience it in your physicality. And some of those things that you have as a thought, some of those things that you desire, that you clarify as a desire, might be a temporary thing and not even show into your physicality. But all of it at all times has potential to do so as you are choosing which is the next and the next and the next physical proof to you of what you have created through your own question answer dance. And so we're excited to talk more about what is currently active within you and what are the things that you would like to talk about now. Go ahead, we're ready for the first question.
Hello. So I'd like to talk about, during the broadcast yesterday, you said about just step through the door. And in the moment, it felt so easy and obvious and easy. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to step through the door. And I'm talking specifically about the fact that I would like to get more done in a certain time period. I'd like to be more efficient. I'd like to get more done in less time so that I can have more unfocused time. And during the broadcast, it just seemed so clear. And I was like, I can just do it. I can just do that. I can just do it. And that's the end of it. And I was like, just seemed so clear and obvious. And then today it feels less clear and I don't know how to do it again.
As you were talking about trying to get things done and then have more time to have unfocused time, in other words, what are you trying to get done? What are the things that you want to get done so much so that you want to be over with? What are those questions that you want to be done with so you can experience the answers of and then just chill? In other words, it seems like you're trying to be there to be there, and that's all happening at all times. When we talk about opening the doors, we talk about you directing you from that place of ease and unfocused time, which is something you have achieved yesterday, as you say in a broadcast in a forum like this, where you expected that you will get easier into that place of unfocused time. Because of that unfocused dominant place within you, that answer vibration within you, you could see your power in you being the one opening the door. But where are you opening the door? You do not open the door only from question to be in a discovery and to feel the answer, nor that is really what you're looking for. What we talked about opening the door is opening the door from that place of feeling unfocused for you to be the one making the choice. How precise, how soft, how easy, or how sometimes abrupt you get into the next question. In other words, that feeling that we talked about, knocking on the door, that knocking of the door is you having this natural place of the next question that's ready for you. And now you're either going to fall into that question from that place of which you call unfocused, of that place of easy answer vibration, or you're going to be the one directing it. So when we say opening the door, instead of you just going through the door or not even seeing that there is door, or someone else feeling like opening the door for you and you being stunned by the next question, you can be the one directing that next question. And so when we talk about opening the door and when we talk about the power you said you have felt, we're not talking about the power of coming more into unfocused time. We're talking quite opposite. quite opposite for you to understand that it's not about being mostly here or mostly here, but that the dance is happening at all times. So that sometimes when you feel so easy, so satisfied, so blissful, so excited, so loving, so appreciative, and on the heels of that, that is the time. A lot of teachers talk about getting ahead. That is the time when you get ahead. You don't get ahead only by answering the question, in other words, by seeing the answer of the question and feeling that place of ease. You're getting ahead by being prepared, knowing that at all times you can come to the next ease and the next ease and the next ease and the next bliss and the next love and the next appreciation feeling. So once you feel like that movement is so natural to you, once you see it, that you're the one at all times directing it, then your choice to open the door is so easy. And then your choice to open the door is so much easier and becomes more and more and more consistent. What you talk about and what you brought in the beginning of this broadcast is that you get to the place of feeling some kind of environment, some kind of condition, some kind of setting, some kind of tool allows you to do that easier. And as you feel that, you want to have this conversation with yourself too. I know that in the middle of this broadcast, I'm having so much ease that I feel I can really direct and open the door of the next question. And I know that I'll see the answer because I sense that in expectation of me and everyone else part of this broadcast, I know I can get there easier. I know that my expectation is there. I also know that I'm creating it, but I also know that there is others having similar expectations. So the mirror reflection I'm getting from others, not only from Kosta flowing through this, but everyone participating, everyone who is also participating even though they're not here in physicality giving attention. I also know that that is some kind of a condition, and I know that I can direct and find this feeling in other conditions too. But I also know that I don't have to rush. I don't have to rush to find this in every other condition, because I know that it will always be a new condition. I can find this easy mirror-like image that will allow me to have so much more ease about directing the next question and directing the next question, the next question. And so when you go about your day after the place like this, after you go about any of your activities, after any activity that gives you this place of ease, this place of confidence and satisfaction, knowing that you've been there multiple times, knowing that you've been there not so many multiple times in a spread way once in a while, but all the time, every day you have this place of steadiness, regardless of this broadcast or not, regardless of something or someone being that a little bit more consistent tool you can focus on as a condition to give you more and more of that ease about opening the next door. So as you go about that next and the next and the next situation, as you go about that place of allowing yourself into the question, you can also recognize that you were going on a topic of being easy about opening the door. You can notice that that was the time that you're going now into some other conditions to find it, knowing that that will be more of a question vibration until you see more of application of that creation process that you see in this situation, in this situation, in this situation, and this situation. So the brilliance of you is in this satisfaction of being always on a discovery, not on a place of feeling guilty or feeling that you did not that you did not do good enough, that you did not experience something and translate it immediately into everything. You see, that which you call I want immediate and I want to have it now and I want all to have it now, there is plenty of opportunities for you to have these experiences. But if you were to apply what we talk about, this creation process ease, or your ease about the whole creation process immediately into all of the topics that you have, you would not be here physically focused. You would be looking for the new iteration because you would get bored with the questions from this type of system of environment and variety. So for as long as you go, and we jokingly started saying, look for the trouble of the next question and the next question, the next question, some of those questions will throw you off because you will be at so much ease, so much unfocused ease and satisfaction that sometimes you will not direct your attention. Sometimes that tipping point will not get there. And so is the other tipping point of question to answer. Sometimes will be build so much momentum that you would just drop into the answer, and sometimes you drop immediately into the question after that place of ease because you did not direct it. So it's okay also sometimes not to direct tipping points. but you can at all times do that every time you choose, every time you develop a little bit of consistency about this inner conversation that we started recently talking about.
Okay, thank you so much.